Hi, everyone. We're just waiting a few minutes again, just to be sure that everyone can connect to the solution. So we're going to start because this webinar will be not enough. So hello, everyone. My name is Jeanne Sonyeman. I'm a cloud product manager at Cegid. Thank you, first of all, for attending this webinar. This webinar is focused on RFE introduction. And during this session, your microphone will be turned off for ease for use. However, if you have any question, please write them down in the chat or in the question zone. I will respond it at the end of this meeting. This webinar will be divided into 3 parts. First of all, I will give you some general informations about RFE, purpose, benefits, prerequisites, and then I will present the interface that accompanies this new product, and finally I will talk about migration. And then ask your question on the chat, please, if you have any questions, of course. So first of all, I will give you information about RFE. RFE is a file transfer tool designed to replace the CGFT that with whom you are familiar. It's based on the latest Azure technology, and it can handle large files quickly and securely. It's the main objective of RFE. I want to give you few key dates to understand the genesis of RFE. So in January 2022, when RFE was born in the minds of Cegid managers, it was to find an alternative solution to CGFT. Developments began very quickly, and by July 2022, the piloting phases had begun with a customer who use, in terms of file transfers, were very important. During these phases, after these pilot phases, which was very successfully done, we decided that from April 2023, all new customers would go into production with RFE instead of CGFT. That is to say that no more CGFT account is created since this date in production. Nevertheless, we are not ready to declare the product ready to market because we wanted before to align all the exploitability, the level of the exploitability and the monitoring, and in all our pods, as it was done in a North Europe pod. So we prefer waiting September of 2023 to declare the product RTM. And after this date, we decided to declare the product RTM. In French, we say that in French, we say that we want to dress up the product. That is to say that we want to give humanity to this product, and that's what has been done during this summer and before the RTM2. So for us, it was a period to give more value, human value, to this product. And after having declared the product RTM, we launched all the mass migration. So we started at September, the end of September, and we increased the number of customers by batch since December. The purpose of this migration is to say bye-bye to not RFE but CGFT in December of 2024. So it's an important purpose, aim, and goal, and we Cegid wants you to be sure that Cegid will do the max to help you to migrate to RFE. That's why I present you this product now, to give you more information. Here, a brief summary of what RFE can do for you, both functionality and technology. So I will go into more details in the following slides, but here just a summary. From a functional point of view, RFE enables you to segment your flow in complete security according to your ecosystem. You will be able to assign specific rights to your partners in particular, and in complete autonomy. Coexistence with CGFT is possible, which will facilitate your migration. In particular, you also benefit from file archiving and high performance. If we now talk about technical points, Cegid has taken the decision to invest in a product that is resilient across all its components to guarantee an optimum security. In terms of usability, Cegid has worked to offer an adaptive tool to give you more scalability and more usability with a precise monitoring. So this slide is a summary of what can RFE bring you. But first of all, I would like to give you information of how it works. And this slide will give you details on functional on the functional purpose of RFE. And this is a short block diagram describing RFE role in relation with Y2. And as you can see, RFE is a transfer tool which is hosted between your SI, your system of information, and Y2. It's positioned between the both sides. So RFE is based on the notion of containers, which are simply a file deposit and retrieval zones. You have 3 directories on each container. That is to say that you will have those containers with in each one you will have a directory called in, another called out, and the last one archives. So archives, sorry. The in is for the import files to Y2. It's the directory where you will be able to put your file. Out is for the file exported from Y2, and you will be able to recover them in this directory. And archives is the location where we will put all the files treated by RFE. You will have up to 20 containers per client, which can be created on RFE. And the purpose of this the purpose of RFE is provide you a segmentation. That is to say that you can provide a container for each partner, each company which works with you, and you will be able to manage their rights with this notion of container. You will be able in total autonomy, in complete autonomy, to create those containers through the interface, the web app or API, and you will have an agent which will run every minute to translate files between RFE and Y2 task server. So this is a short diagram, but it can give you a complete idea, I think, of how it works. In terms of security, as I told you before, RFE give a high level of security. We realized a pen test last year in a black or gray box, that is to say with or without predefined login information. The results were excellent in terms of authentication management, in terms of environment. They declared that the environment were well partitioned. All the access blocking mechanisms were declared efficient. And they confirm also that there is no private services exposed. So for us, the security purpose were achieved, and for us, it were a great success. As I told you before too, RFE is based on on Azure technology. The RFE is deployed on all our pods in several data centers. In all our data centers in the United States, North Europe, Singapore, China, and in all those pods, all the RFE components are resilient. There is, as you know, in each pod, 3 data centers, and RFE is deployed on each data centers, and all the components are deployed on all the data centers. In terms of resiliency, there is an equity mechanism provided by RFE to ensure that there is no file lost. By equity, in fact, we mean the capability, the ability to deliver the services in a fair manner to all of our customers. That is to say that if you put 10 files on the same time as another client, RFE will process a file from you, from client 1, and then a file from client 2, and then back to the client 1, and so on. So every customer will have the same capability to transfer that file, even if another client puts a lot of files at the same time. We work hard on load capacity because, as you know, transfer file represents a huge important number of files transferred, and the size of the file can be very important. So we work to increase the load capacity of these products, and we've made last year load tests to be able to give you information about the capacity of RFE. And we lead all those tests to be able to determine the number of files that we will be able to transfer in 1 minute or 2 minutes. And we carried out this test with variable file size. So after the test, we determine that for one dedicated customer, we will be able to transfer early 100 files per minute in less than 2 minutes. And for advance, as you know, we can host 30 to 20 tenant by farm. We can treat 3 files per minute if all the tenants of this farm put file at the same time. But if you are alone at this time, you will be able to transfer until 100 files per minute, per 2 minutes, which is important. For example, if we have we've done a quick test last week with a file of nearly 1 giga size, and it took 10 seconds, 30 seconds to be transferred to Y2. So we can consider it can be a sufficient delay of transfer. In terms of autonomy, you will be able to create RFE accounts and container on your own without asking anything to Cegid. All those actions can be done either through RFE API or RFE administration interface, and I will show you how after. You will be able to use RFE with e-learning and technical and functional documentation, which are available online, and you will have all the information about those documentations in an email, which will give you all the link to help you to be ready to use RFE as soon as possible. And you will be able to segment your flow, as I told you before, to adapt your usage to the customer, to your ecosystem. You will be able to create containers for each third party you have on your side. In terms of exportability, with RFE, Cegid decided to be more, not more, but to have more capability to react if there is any issues or incidents. If it's the case, we have a lot of tools and a lot of information provided by RFE, and all those information are listed and monitored by Splunk, which is our SaaS tool, one of our SaaS tools. We will be able to know at when we in real time, in fact, the size of the file exchanged by tenants, the number of containers, the file size, the volume of files, and this information will be provided by file direction or file name. So we will be able to have the granularity of by tenant and by direction. All those dashboards can show us error if there is error and warnings that may occur. As RFE is developed through APIs, we will have also dashboard which brings us information about the performance of those API, and they will give us information also about the equity usage, and to be sure that there is no customer in a bad situation or in a situation that will not be acceptable for him. RFE is a SaaS product, so to use RFE, of course, you must be a SaaS customer. You will dedicated or advanced. It will be available for both. Of course, the minimal version is 21, and if you have also Orli, just notice that for the flow between Orli and Y2, you will be able to use RFE instead of CGFT. But for the flow between Orli and your ecosystem and the external ecosystem of Cegid, from Cegid. RFE is not available yet, so it will be the case next year, but it's not the case now. So you will be able to use CGFT for those external flows. Just for it's available for Orli, but only for the flow between Orli and Y2. In details, of course, even if we work hard to increase the limits and the capability of RFE, we must put limits. Of course, it's there is the same limits in terms of maintenance window, because we will be offshore able to we must be able to update maybe some part of model component of RFE maybe. So we will need a period of maintenance, as it's the case for all the component of Y2 on the retail product. So during this period, we'll not be able. We prefer telling you that to not to use RFE during this period. You will have a limit in terms of file per minute, but it's not. We will not say stop here. We will just tell you that. As I told you, we've done load tests, and we defined some limits. In terms of file size, we decided to put a limit at 1 giga, which is important. And if we see that there is a lot of customer which an important with a lot of important and larger files, maybe we will increase this limit, but it's not the case at this time, and it seems that it's far away from what we've seen and noticed in the real time now. As you are using API, we have the same limits of using the usage as all our API. And what is very important to notice is that you will, with RFE, you will have to create some keys to authenticate your access to RFE, and those keys have a time limit. For the first one, it's 1 hour, and for the second one, because you have 2 keys, but I will explain you it and show it by an example. For the second one, it's 10 minutes if you want to put or in a write or reading mode, and 1 day if you only want to read your container, if you want to read what is put in your container. In terms of retention time, we decided to put a limit to 7 days. That is to say that your file will be archived, stored in the archive directory 7 days after having been treated by RFE. So you will be able to retrieve them if you want it during 7 days. That are the limits and best practice we provide with RFE. So in this first party, I wanted to give you global information about what is RFE, but you maybe think that it's a technical product, but we decided to dress up this product with an interface, a web app, and this web app will give you more autonomy, capability, even if you're not a technical engineer, I don't know, or if you don't have a technical team behind you, you will be able to use RFE, and it will be easier for you through this interface. What is the purpose of this interface? The objective is to facilitate unitary operational acts. As I said before, you will be able to use RFE through API or this interface. If you have a lot of flow, if you have a technical team on your own, you will be able to create scripts to through an orchestrator, use the RFE API and put or retrieve your file from RFE. But if you only have unitary needs, you can use this interface. It will facilitate the administration of the product by managing containers and contributors. And it also will be able to facilitate, I hope, all the operability and track data exchange. At this time, you can only use the administration option, but I hope soon you will be able to have a supervision and statistic, and I will explain it more precisely after. For the administration, I can give you an example, a demonstration. You will be able to create administrators, containers, assign contributors to them, and generate size key. And after, with this size key, you will be able to connect yourself to the Azure Blob Storage and put and retrieve your file. For example, I will give you for example now. Here there is an example. So you are in the interface. You have here a lot of containers. You can create a containers. You can create administrators. For containers, if you want to create one, you just have to click here and give a short name and add contributors. For example. Okay. And add contributors from your Y2 list, for example, this one. After that, you have here created your containers. You can decide to access to it, to put your file or retrieve from them your file generated by Y2. So you have to generate a key SAS, which here. Just if you want to, here is French, but you have the same one in English. Sorry. You can also create a key to read or read and write mode. Here for the read mode, here for the read-write mode. And you can have this link, you copy and go to Azure Storage Explorer, which is as an SFTP Explorer, and you just have to set this key here. And after you will have access to in and out. Here it's the container I've tried to here. Like, okay. Sorry. And here you'll be able to, sorry, create a blob just here, give information up, following connection, and here you are connected to your container just created here, test Gian. So like you can see, with this interface, you will be able to create container, create SAS key easily, and transfer your file very quickly. That is the purpose of this this interface. Give you the capability to create all those administrate your product. Soon, I hope you will be able to supervise your flow. All transfer will be supervised, and you will be able to see where at which stage they are. You will be able to know where is a file at a given time. You'll be able to be notified if there is a transfer unsuccessful, and you will be able to reset a job that has been blocked for for 10 minutes, for example, in a stage called transferred in progress. So this interface will be available, I hope, soon, and you will be able to supervise and follow your transfers in real time. That is what I want to tell you about the interface available for RFE. If you have any question, ask them in the chat, and I will answer to them after. So now we have to talk about the migration. As you know, RFE will replace all your your CGFT account, and you will have to migrate to RFE. This migration began last year for many of you, but you will not maybe you are not in this case, and you didn't begin to migrate. So if it's not the case, I will give you information about how it will be processed. The principle retained for the migration is a migration by batch. You will have a batch migration with a progressive increase of the number of tenants per batch. You will have 5 months since you have an account provided to migrate to RFE. And as I told you before, don't forget that you can use RFE and CGFT in the same time. So you will be able to migrate progressively your flow from CGFT to RFE flow by flow. It's not a big bang migration. It can be done gradually. The first step is that you will receive an email informing you that you are part of the next RFE migration batch. It's an email which explains you how it will be done. Will give you the link to your internal your documentation, the e-learning, and will remind you the main steps of the migration. So at the moment at this moment, you will have 1 month to make a request on Cegid Life to ask for the provisioning of your account. And if it's not the case in 1 month, you will have a call by your contact at Cegid to see what is if there is an issue and if you have any question, and to help you to create if it needed this request. During at the moment when you will create this demand, you will have 1 month. So during this month, you can begin to see to read all the documentation written by Cegid around RFE, to see to watch the e-learning in the Cegid e-learning website, and ask your question if you have any question. If you need any support, I will explain you how what are the support provided by Cegid to help you to migrate to RFE. It's the next slide. But here is the preparation phase. You have 1 month or more if you want, but you have 1 month. During this month, you will be able to read all the documentation and see how it works in details. Maybe 1 week after, maximum 1 week after, I think, your demand, your request, you will receive an email with your credentials. The first credential, this email will, in fact, will be for you the top. You receive this email, so you must know that you have 5 months to migrate to RFE, and it's the go to the starting of the migration, to start your migration. And here you can also ask request for support from Cegid if you need information or help to migrate, of course. And after those 5 months, we will delete your CGFT account since you have migrated all your flow on RFE. So in the whole process will take 6 months and you can do the migration gradually, since RFE and CGFT can cohabitate at the same time. In terms of support, if you have enough information, and if you think that it's okay for you, you can migrate. There is no needs of support. You only need the online documentation in an e-learning. This is the minimum. We have those information in online website of the Cegid website. If it's okay for you, it's okay. But if it's not the case, you can ask for a medium support. It's concerned customer which maybe have no or limited resources, technical and internal resources, and or if you want to increase your competencies in RFE. So you will have 1-day coaching by a Cegid consultant, who will present you RFE and how it works, and will help you to configure, to manage and create an import and an export flow from Y2 to your container. And if it's not enough, if you think that we will need a full support, Cegid can bring you a complete offer to configure, to manage all your container, your access, and modify the configuration Y2 to use RFE flow by flow, and all the flow will be done like that by Cegid at this moment. And if you have third parts, a lot of third parts, you can we can give you contact or partners who can help you to develop the interface between your SI, your system of information, and RFE, because the full support provided by Cegid is support which concerns only the Cegid side, Y2 and RFE. But what for the external side, your partner sides, your third part sides, maybe you need help too, I don't know. And we have many contacts to help you to do this interconnection. So don't you must just ask and create call your contact in Cegid and ask for one of those support if you need to. Okay. So for me it's finished. I can take your question if you have any question. If you have no question, for me it's okay. You have again 5 minutes, I think, 5-10 minutes. No, 10 minutes too. If you have any question, I can wait a few minutes. But it's not the case. If it's very clear for you, I hope. Yes.
Hi, there are some questions in the chat.
I don't see them, but question in the chat.
In the question tab.
Wait. Oh, yes. Okay. Wait. Is the monitoring API accessible to us, or is it exclusively for internal use by Cegid? Yes. No, it's not accessible for you. It's only for Cegid side, for the Cegid team. But with the supervision, I think you will have when the supervision will be available, you will be able to see where is your file transfer at which stage. So maybe it's more important. By the way, it's not possible for you to have the access to the monitoring API. Okay, the second. Does the customer have access to the Splunk portal? No, it's not the case. It's only, as I told you before, an internal usage. Okay. How we are going to work those companies we are operating in other markets and our tenant is located in Europe. We cannot stop our synchronization for 2 hours each day. No. This is not acceptable. In fact, we have to put those limits because maybe you will have an operation, but as for CGFT, it's the same case on CGFT or on Y2 maintenance. It's not every day, and it's very, 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 very unusual to have a disturbance during those page maintenance. Be sure that will not be every day, but it will be possible to upgrade your components. It will be possible because we have to manage the security and to make the operation update operation. Microsoft can do that too. So you will be informed before, of course, but if it's it's not every day, and it will not be every weeks, even every weeks. It's just in case of you must be informed that there is a maintenance windows where we not be able to transfer file. But be sure that during this period, your file will not be lost. In fact, if you are transferred file during this period, and if there is a disturbance, your flow a few minutes, your flow will be treated after automatically. There is no loss. You will not lose any. It's just be sure that you will not lose your file. It just be postponed to the end of the maintenance. I understand your case, but we have to guarantee a maintenance window to be able to update your component. Obviously, you have a resiliency that maybe will avoid any disturbance. But if it's not the case, be sure that you will not lose your file. Okay. Is it possible to create a SAS key without expiration? No, it's not the case. It's not possible because we have you have to be compliant with the security best practice, and this short time duration of a key SAS is imposed by the security teams. If you limit the delay and the duration of the key SAS, for us it's a better way to reduce the an attack, the number of the attack and the number of middle in the machine. For us, we cannot do less. It's impossible for us if we want to achieve the best level of security. It will be possible to remove a sent file sent by error. In fact, RFE, if RFE detects your file, so it can take few seconds. It will not be possible to remove it from your in directory containers. As soon as RFE treated your file, it will be displaced on archive. But if it has not been displaced on archive, that is to say that every has not treated your file yet, so it will be possible to remove it. But if it for sure you will have only 1 or 2 seconds to remove it if you have any mistakes. So you must be sure before put your file that it's a good file. But if there is any error on your file, if it's not well encrypted or well formatted, if there is an issue with data, Y2 will stop the integration, but the file will be transferred, but not integrated maybe. But if you have put your file on the directory, it will be treated in few seconds. Okay. Currently, we can use common tools like FileZilla or SCP with standard protocol. SFTP is possible to use also with RFE. No, it will not be yet possible, maybe one day, but it's not yet the case. You will have to use the tools I showed you before. It's the same use. You transfer your file, you drag and drop your file on the Windows, and it will be taken into account by RFE. It's quite a similar usage, but we will not be able to use FileZilla and our SFTP tool because it's not as well a SFTP transfer. And as I show you, you can. It will be easily with the tools I give you, Azure Storage. I will show. I have shown you before. I showed you before. Okay. When is the last day of the CGFT? And what was the last day we make the request? When is the last day of the CGFT, and what is the last day we make the request to Cegid? You will receive an email, and you will have 1 month to create your request. And you will receive an email. I don't know if you are in the next batch. It will at the beginning of February. We will receive an email, and as soon as you receive this email, you will have 1 month to create your request on Cegid Live. If it's not the case, we will do the job for you. I think you will have 1 month, and after this month, you will have 5 months to migrate to CGFT, to RFE. So in global, you have 6 months. So if you are in the next batch, that is to say in February, you will have until August to migrate to RFE. And the last day, and you will be informed that your account CGFT is removed, of course. And maybe we have a routine. We have a internal webinar each 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we meet internally, and we follow your migration, and we will have in KPIs to see how many flow you have migrated, and we will be able to see if you are ready or not to finish your migration, and if you need help, and we will contact us to know what is if you are at the good time to migrate all your flow, and if it's the case, I hope it will be the case, because I hope it will be enough for you, and you will be informed that your CG account is removed after 6 months. Okay. Thank you for the information. What are thank you. Are the presentation details available somewhere? Yes. You will have the record of this webinar available, and this support too. And in this support, you will have the links to the documentation, the online documentation, and your email. But if it's not the case, if you don't have the email, or if some such, in the first email you will receive for the migration, you will have all the information too, the link to the webinar, to the e-learning, the link to the documentation migration, because we wrote a documentation dedicated to the migration, and a documentation dedicated to the usage of the use of RFE. So you will have the link to the free document available, and it will be reminded you in the first email you will receive for the migration. If you are in the next batch, for example, you will receive them next month. Okay. RFE interface key. Does this imply that every time a normal Y2 user wishes to upload a file, they must obtain a key from the SaaS administrator for the purpose of using a Storage Explorer? Not only SaaS administrators. As I show you, you will be able to create contributors, which will be able, so you will have to create containers, and for each container you can affect contributors. You can add the right to any user, Y2 user you decided to use the container to put or retrieve files from this container. Those people which are not administrators SaaS, just people you authorize to use RFE, will be able to create a SaaS key and connect themselves to the container through this all the tools provided by Azure, for example. And obviously, each time a SaaS key duration is 10 minutes if you want to read or write files. 10 minutes. During this period, you will be able to put files, many files during this period with the same key. But after 10 minutes, your key will be removed, and you have to recreate one through this interface, or if you are if you need to orchestrate this workflow, I suggest you to create, even if you have an available key before, at each time you need to put a file, if you script this transfer, I suggest you to recreate a key, even if the previous one is available yet. You can at each time create a key if it's needed. But yes, of course, you will have to, the duration of the key is 10 minutes. So after this time, you will have to recreate one. If not clear, what mean containers? Containers is a storage. It's a location. You have a workspace, a whole workspace, which can contain maybe at least 20 boxes. In each boxes, you will be able to you will have 3 directories: in, out, and archive. And those boxes are in fact storage, Azure Storage, Blob Storage. You will have enough space to store and retrieve your file, store your file as you want. It's container is a box which contain your containers, your directory, and you can create a container for each part. If you have each flow, if you have a segmentation by a third party, that is to say that you want that you have a provider, I don't know, for kind of such a product. You want that this third party you don't want that this third party access to other other containers. So you want to segment your flow and authorize only this party to access to this container. You will be able to do it, creating a container per party, and that is the most important thing to know, that with RFE that you will be able to securize your flows and your access for each flow for each party. But if you don't need many containers because you're the only one to use RFE, you have no third party, you can also create one containers. Containers must be seen as a directory dir in Y2. It can bring the same name. It can have the same name. That's the directory managed on Y2. I don't know if you are useful with you use frequently Y2. I hope it's the case. But in Y2 you have when you create a task and an export file, you can create you give a name to the directory, and this name will be the name of the container. If I don't know if it's clear for you enough now. So you can have the capability to create and segment your flow as you want to do it, and as it's the case in Y2. Yes, thank you for your session. Are you able to share the copy of the presentation? Of course, it will be the case. How it's possible to increase the retention of file transferred history? 7 days are too few for troubleshooting. Okay. There is obviously a cost of storage. 7 days seems to be maybe not enough for you. It's only concern the file transfer generated by Y2. The other one, the files you transferred, you put in your RFE are on your side too, I hope. So maybe it's not concerned by your request. For what we consider very important, it's the file transferred by Y2. I think that's what we talk about, generated by Y2, and that you will be able to retrieve in your containers. If it's if 70 is not enough, we can work to increase this duration, but just maybe we cannot say to more than 70 because there is a cost, but maybe we can work on it and see if it's how is the minimum duration for you. I don't know. Just tell me after if you have any question about that. But 7 days for us, it's the minimal. How does an API user obtain a key in order to upload a file using the API? Yes, I can give you, for example, you have the documentation of the API. In fact, the first step to retrieve a SAS key is to have a token viewer. So you have a workflow detailed on the documentation. I will not enter in details here, but you have a Postman collection available on the documentation and in the e-learnings, and all the API are listed and documented through this Postman, and you will be able to create your SAS key, first your token bureau and your SAS key, and to obtain the SAS key to be able to transfer through a Zcopy, for example, your file to RFE. All those information are documented, so and you will be able to retrieve them and to get a postman collection to help you to be more efficient. I will give you all the information, all the link after, for example. It's not daily. Okay, so it's not daily. I don't know. You're talking about the duration. Yes, that is to say, transfer history. Retention management history. No, it's not you. It's not daily. Clear. Everyday maintenance window is active from 1 to 3 local times. Yes, it's a local pod maintenance window for each pod. It's in 1 to 3 local time, but not every day. We have to, if we have an emergency maintenance, an urgent maintenance, obviously we will have to manage a change or something important on your RFE components. It will be done one day, but it's not every day. It's not every day. It's as if you see in a Y2 or a CGFT, it's not every day. There is no disturbance every day due to this maintenance. It's not the case. It's the same with RFE. Don't be worried. It's not a everyday maintenance. But if it's the case, yes, it's a local time, 1 to 3 local time. Thank you for thank you for your lovely session. Since when we can access API once we start using RFE? Is a no. Since you as soon as you received your email and your account created, you will be able to use RFE with as you want. There is no delay until you have your credential. You will be able to use them. So just create your request as soon as you receive the first email. And if you want to be in the next batches because you want to migrate to RFE quicker, you can create a demand. You can ask for it. No, so you can ask. You can make a request on Cegid Life, and you will receive your credential as soon as it's created. If you want to use RFE quicker. Hi, it is very sad that we cannot access to the monitoring API, especially bigger companies use their own monitoring tool to monitor all system in one place. If you're talking about technical monitoring, that is to say API, the usage of your API, etc. In fact, in Cegid, we're working now on another product, LiSAS dashboard. I don't know if you have even listened to hear about it. And it's another product which will give you more information of your real-time usage. Maybe for RFE, you only will be able to follow your transfer, see if there is an issue, where is it blocked, and relaunch if there is any issue. You can you can act very quickly. But for the technical use API component of RFE API, I don't know, databases function, it will not be able to have access to the monitor, the Splunk monitor, of course, but we work now to bring you information of your usage, of the status usage in general, and maybe it will give you you will be informed if there is any issue which can concern you typically with this tool, but it's not the case now. But I understand your purpose, and I only can tell you that we work to give you more information about your usage, and it's in global. But I understand your purpose. A lot of questions too. I see that it's late, and I have a lot of questions too. I can answer to them after if you want, because there is a lot. I will take time to answer to everyone in a few days now, or this afternoon, or maybe tomorrow, and be sure I will answer to you, and I will send you this document and all the information you needed, and just be sure that we will do the best to help you to migrate to RFE, and don't be afraid. It will be good, easy, and I hope successfully for you. So I see that there is a lot of questions, so I will give you answer after if you are okay, just to give you more information after. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope it will be good for you, and you will be able to migrate successfully to RFE. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask to your contact Cegid at Cegid, and we will bring information to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye.